you tourists. Hey, you tourists. It's your boy Domination. This is back in the basic chunk of the South Texas Bay Metal. That's back known as it is. Real men Rasa, fake men Rasa, rule Rasa, big Rasa, the breath of our preacher, preach on. And welcome to the Back of Basic broadcast, Back of the Basic. In today's top broadcast, we're going to talk about today is unsolved previous episode, and we're going to put unsolved review new episodes. We're gonna do double today, and also I'm gonna stream after that. After I stream, and then I put unsolved new episode review. But this is unsolved previous episode, and today we're gonna talk about Sly and the Family Stones. Yeah, let's talk about this great, uh, a great magnificent, different band. So let's talk about the Sly and the Family Stone. That's like my parents' generation era, the music they would listen to. So let's talk about Sly and the Family Stone. Sly and the Family Stone was an American band from San Francisco, active from 1966 to 1983. It was predominantly in the development of funk, soul, rock, and alternative music. It was recorded. The lineup was led by a singer and songwriter and recording producer and multiple instrument Sly. This is where Sly Stone. This is where Prince got his great inspiration from. If it wasn't for that man, wasn't that man, it wouldn't be able to make Prince be the greatest artist of musician, the greatest artist that ever we seen before. Rest in peace to Prince. Sly Stone, and including of Sly's brother, singer and guitarist Freddie Stone, sister and singer and keyboardist Rose Stone, and troubleless troubleless Cynthia Robinson, and the drummer Craig Forrigo, and athlete processist Jimmy Martinla, and bassist Larry Grantham. It was the first major American rock group to have a racial integrated male and female lineup. Former in 1966, the group's music phrases and synonymized a variety of descriptive of musical origins to help pioneers the integrated and psychological soul sound. They released a series of top 10 Billboard Hot 100 hits, much as Dance to the Music. Dance to the Music. That's a good record right there. And 1968, Everyday People, 1968. And thank you for let me be. Thank you for lovely to be. Thank you for letting me be myself again. That's what it called. 1969, as well as critical acclaim album, as well as a critical acclaim album, much as Stand. 1969, which combination pop insistently with social commentary in the 1960s. In the 1970s, my bad, 1970, it's translated into a darker and less commercial funk sound on releases, much as There's a Riot Going On in 1971, Fresh 1973, and provide as an influence as their early work by 1975. Drug problems and in personal crash led to dissolution through Stone, the dissolution through Slide continued to record and tour with a new readily lined up under the name Slide and the Family Stone until the drug problems forced his affected retired in 1987, which is sad about Slide Stone, man. He really it drug really took him to a dark place. He just at least he clean and I hope he get his masters. I don't know much about Slide Stone. I'll be real with you, but I saw the episode of this, and my heart goes prayer for Slide Stone and his family because he been through a lot. He been through a lot, and hope and wish him nothing but the great, healthy of the best of his life. The work of Sly and the Family Stone, work of Sly and the Family Stone greatly influenced the sound of reclassical of American funk, pop, soul, R&B, and hip hop music. Music critic Joel Sullivan wrote, "There are two types of black music. Black music before Slide Stone. Black music after Slide Stone in 2010. They are rated 43 in Rolling Stone 100 Greatest Artists of All Time, and three of the albums are included on the Rolling Stone 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. The band was inducted into a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1983. They were literally born. I mean, they were born in San Francisco, but their career started in 1966, and then they disbanded in 1983. So after Slide Flower and the original Family Stone, Lil Sis, and Funkadelic, The Strangers, and Graham the Central Station. Ooh, there's a lot of people up in here. You can see the name. We're not gonna read many of them, but there's a lot of people in here. Wow, I didn't know this. I did not know. I did not. I think I heard about some about it, but I never pay attention though. But it says career. Chester Stewie was born into Dallas, Texas, family of K.C. and Ava Stewart, follower of the Church of God in Christ (COGIC), who engagement of a musical expression in the household after the Stewarts moved to Vallejo, California. The youngest four children, Fester, Freddie, Rose, and Vanessa, formed the Stewart Four, who released a local 78 RPM single on the battlefield of the Lord, but be with walking in Jesus' name in 1952. While attempted at high school, Sylvester and Freddie joined student bands. One of Sylvester's high school musical groups was a doo-wop act called the Vivalderness. The Valderness released a few local singles, and Fester recorded several solo singles under the name Danny Stewart. By the 1964, Confessor has become the Slide Stone and a disc DJ from Satellite of California, located R&B radio station KSOOL, where he included white performers much as the Beatles and Rolling Stones in his playlist. During the same period, he worked as a recording producer for Amatom Records and produced for San Francisco area bands much as Burgle Tool, and Brock Minil and the No Show Man. One of the Festa Stewart produced and single Bobby Freeman "Come On and Swim" was a natural hit. Stewart recorded unsuccessfully solo single while at Arlington. Okay, we're gonna read some. We're not gonna read all. We're gonna read some. The early years in 1966, Slide Stone formed a band called Slide and the Stones, which includes and recorded uh, Angelica Cynthia Roberts on the trumpet. Around the same time, Freddie found a band called Fred and the Stone Soul, which included Craig and Rollo on the drums and Rent, Rent, Ryan, Ryan crawled forward on the trumpet as phone as a sort of slide friend. I mean, as sort of Stone friend, and as a result of it, Jerry Marnaz, Slide and Fred combine their bands and create Slide in the Family Stone in November 1966. At the first group was called Slide Brothers and the Sisters, but after their first gig at Willichester and Carterville, a nightclub in Redwood City, California, they changed the name to Slide and the Family Stone. Since both Slide and Freddie are guitarists, Slide opposed the Freddie, the actual guitarist for the Family Stone, and taught himself to play the electric horn. Slide and also recruit Larry Hammerham to play bass guitar. Yeah, and that's what made history. Their first album called Stand in 1969. In late 1968, Slide and the Family Stone released the single "Everyday People." Everyday People. Yeah, that's a great record with Everyday People, which becomes their first number one hit. Everyday People was a protest against prejudice and prejudice of all kinds, and popularly the catchword of phrases, different strokes for different folks. Yep. Which beside singing a simple song, it was received as the lead single for the band's fourth album, Stand, which was released on the May 3rd, 1969. The Stand's album evenly sold more than 3 million copies. Its its title track peeping at number 22 in the U.S. stands is considered one of the artists of high points of the band's career. Its career will be beyond three tracks, as well as the songs "I Want to Take You Higher," which was the B-side of the Stand single. "Don't Call Me the Nigger," Whitey, and "Don't Call Me Nigger," Whitey, and that's what it called. I don't like repeating it, but that's what it called. That's what this single title was called. And "Sex Machine," you can make can make it if you want. If you make it if you want. If you can make it if you want. All right. The successful stance of research Slide and the Family Stone, a performance slot at the landmark Woodstock Music and Art Festival. They performed their set during the early morning hours of August 17, 1969. Their performance was said to be one of the best shows of the festival. A new non-album single, Hot, Hot Fun in the Summertime, was released in the same month and went to number two on the U.S. pop charts, peeping in October after the summer of 1969 have already ended. In the 1970s, following the release of the Woodstock documentary, the single of Stan's and I Want to Take You Higher was reissued with the latter song now the A side. It was reaching the top 40. The band reviewed their Woodstock performance 3 weeks early when they headed the Harlem Culture Festival, recruitment endured the Black Woodstock before before ten of hundreds of of, of substantive in Mountain Morris Park, the full industry of television program for which it was filming never aired. That's crazy. And here it is. Okay, and the internet of problems and changing of direction with the band new founding fame and successful came. Okay, with the band new founding fame and success comes with numbers of problems. Relationship within the band are deteriorate. There was a factor in part of it between the Stone brothers and Larry Cunningham. Edic requested more marketable output. The Black Panthers demented by. The Black Panthers demanded that Slide replace Greg Enrico and and Jerry Edelhop with black instruments and fired manager David 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 Catley commit. David Catley, I can't pronounce that dude's name. And it's after moving to Los Angeles area in fall of 1969, Slide Stone and his following band members being heavy using of illegal drugs and primary cocaine and PCP as the members become increasingly focused on drug use and partying. Slide Stone carried a violin case filled with legal drugs whatever he wants. He records slowly and steadily between summer 1969 and the fall of 1971. The band released their only one single, Thank You for Letting Me Be Muchly to Allow Myself. Everybody is a Star, releasing in December 1969. Thank You reaching the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in February 1970s. There's so many more that was going on. There's a riot going on 1971. Yeah, it's a family affair. In 1971, Slide of the Family Stone returned at a new single, Family Affair, which became a number one single on the Billboard Hot 100. Family Affair was led a single from the band Long Waited. There's a riot going on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Fresh and Small Talk and here comes the dis 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 dissolution. Disillusion. During the 1970s, Slide or other uh, during the 1970s, Slide or another of the band members would offering missing a gig and refuse to play or passing out from the drug use and placing their five bookings at many gigs, concert going to riots if the band failed to appear or if Slide walking out before finish his set. Keith Richard become the member's promoter and later their general manager general manager their general manager when others representative would not work with the band because of their redoubtable attempted in January 1975. The band booked itself at Radio City Music Hall. The festival of music was only 1/8 of field, and Slide and the company have to scrabble together the money to return home. Following the Radio City engagement, the band was dissolved. Yep. Rosa Stone was pulled out of the band by Bubba Banks, who was then her husband. She began a solo career, recorded a Motown style album under the name Rosie Banks in 1976. Freddie Stone joined Larry Gillingham group Gillingham Central Station for a time. After collaborating with his brother one last time in 1979 for Back on the Right Track, he retired from the music industry and even became the minister of the English Templo of Falling Center in Vallejo. His little sister was also disbanded, dissolved. Mary Mary Emslet Williams married Leon Russell and working with him on music projects. Anthony Newmark became a successful session drummer, playing with rock, rocks of music. B.B. King, Steve Winwood, and others. Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad because it's not what it meant to be. And here's that their legacy and all the things they've done, and they inspired a lot of people, man. They inspired a lot of people. And it says here in September 2006 Grammy Award tribute. Slide and the Family Stone tribute taking place at the 2006 Grammy Award on February the 8th, 2006. 2006, the original plan to have been a surprise for audience was to feature a united performers by the original Slide and the Family Stone lineup at the highlight of the tribute. However, the Grammy Awards producers are worried that Slide Stone, who missing some of the rehearsal and being relatedly arrived for others, would miss the show. Yeah, I heard some about that. It's crazy, man. The tribute begins halfway through the Grammy Award ceremony and was introduced by 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 comedian David Chappelle. It featured Natalie Roberts and Julie Stone, Van Hunt, and John Legend performed Family Affair, Fantasia, and David Letterman perform if you want you want me to stay. Yeah, that's a good record. If you want me to stay. And Anthony Valdez and Sierra perform Everyday People, and Will I Am performing Dancing to the Music, and Stephen Taylor and Joe Perry of Aerosmith with Robert Ridorf perform I Want to Take You Higher. After the half of After the first half of I Want to Take You Higher, the Family Stone take the stage along with the other musician, and Taylor called back backstage, "Hey, Stone, let's do it the way we used to do it," and saluted a blonde mohawk hairdo, sunglasses, and a silver lanolin suit. Slide Stone integrate and reactivate vocals and and keyboard to a continuity of I Want to Take You Higher. 3 minutes into the performance, Slide tossed a wig to the audience and exit the stage, leaving the Family Stone and the guests' performance to complete their number alone. Yeah, Slide unusual appearances and lead performance and gave us highly fixing review, and it was covered throughout the press. One Association of Press referred to Slide as the JD Sprint of Funk, and simply referred to the performance as being bizarre. After AP reported the statement that the 19 years after his last live performance, Sly Stone proved he's still able to steal the show. MTV News was much as less commentary the Grammy performance. Slide first with the original Family Stone since 1971 was a hustling and confused affair and a complete disservice to his music. Who knows, man? But they have no idea. When you go through a lot, man, you don't know what's happened. It's pretty sad. It really is. It's pretty sad. It happens to people, man. It happens to people sometimes. You just don't know what people have to deal with. You really don't know. But that happens. And look at the albums they did. A whole new thing, 1967, Dancing to the Music, 1968, Life, 1968, Stand, 1969, There's a Riot Going On, 1971, Fresh, 1973, Small Talk, 1974, High on You, 1975, as Slidestone, Hear Ya Missing Me While I'm Back, 1976, Back on the Right back on the Right Track, 1979, Ain't But the One Away, 1982. Let me say this, man. Regardless how people think of Slide and the Family Stone, their music will live for many years, for many great things to come, for the music that they adore and they are in love, and if it keep keep on keep on inspiring more people, where their music will live forever, and forever lasted and everlasting for a long time. So give it up for Slide Seven. So I will see y'all again. I will see y'all again this evening when we watch the unsung preview episode. After I do that, or I'm gonna and after I do that as well, I'm gonna do the basically to stream and talk about safe sex and the ability to protect yourself without any harm doing to your body. So you can have respect and respecting yourself for a safe relationship and have a safe life and safe relationships. That's what I would say. So I see y'all this evening. It's your boy Domination. This back of the basics. Chung of the South Text baby. Until next time. All right. See y'all this evening. All right. All right. Peace.